mermaid. The first time Amara heard the river call her name, she thought she was losing her mind. Amara. The voice came softly through the night wind, cold, sad, almost crying. Amara stopped walking. The empty clay pot balanced on her head suddenly felt heavier. Her heart began to beat fast inside her chest. She slowly turned around. Nobody was there. Only darkness. Only the narrow village path leading back to Umuidi village. Her throat dried instantly. She tightened her wrapper and hurried forward again. Amara. This time, the voice sounded closer, like someone standing right behind her. She froze. Fear climbed slowly into her body. The moonlight touched the trees gently, while crickets sang from every corner of the forest road. But underneath those sounds, she could hear something else. Water moving. The river. But the river was still far from the path. Very far. So why did it sound so close? Amara swallowed hard and started running. The pot fell from her head and shattered on the ground, but she did not stop. She ran all the way home barefoot, breathing heavily. The moment she entered the small mud house, she slammed the wooden door shut. Her grandmother looked up from the fire immediately. What happened? Amara could barely breathe. The river, she whispered. The old woman's face changed instantly. The spoon in her hand dropped slowly. What about the river? Amara shook badly. It called my name. Silence filled the room. Even the firewood stopped crackling for a moment. Her grandmother stood up slowly, fear already entering her old eyes. What exactly did you hear? Amara looked confused. A woman's voice. The old woman staggered backward. No. Amara frowned. Grandma? But the old woman suddenly grabbed her shoulders tightly. Listen to me carefully. From today onward, never go near that river again. Do you hear me? Amara stared at her in confusion. Why? Promise me. The fear in her voice was terrifying. Amara had never seen her like this before. Okay, I promise. But her grandmother did not relax. Instead, her tears suddenly filled her eyes. Oh God, she whispered painfully. Amara's heart tightened. Grandma, what is happening? The old woman slowly touched Amara's face with trembling fingers. There are things your mother took to her grave. Amara froze. At the mention of her mother, pain stabbed deeply into her chest. She barely remembered her, only faint memories. A soft song, warm hands, long, beautiful hair, then death. People said her mother drowned in the river when Amara was 5 years old, but something about the story had never felt complete. And now, the fear in her grandmother's eyes made it worse. What things? Amara asked quietly. The old woman looked away immediately. Nothing. Grandma, I said nothing. The sharpness in her voice shocked Amara into silence. The old woman quickly wiped her tears and returned to the fire, but her hands were shaking badly. That night, Amara could not sleep. Rain fell softly outside while the wind touched the roof gently. She kept hearing the voice in her head. Amara. It did not sound evil. It sounded lonely, like someone abandoned, like someone waiting. She turned on her mat and faced the wall. Then suddenly, splash. Her eyes opened immediately. She sat up slowly. Splash. The sound came again. Water, right outside the house. Her breathing became uneven. Their house was nowhere near the river, so where was the sound coming from? Her grandmother was already asleep. Amara slowly stood up. Another splash. This time, louder. Fear crawled slowly through her body, but something else pulled at her. Curiosity, like invisible fingers dragging her outside.
Before she realized it, she was opening the door quietly. Cold wind hit her face instantly. The compound was empty, but the sound continued. Splash, splash. Amara followed it slowly, step by step, barefoot. The deeper she walked into the night, the colder the air became. Then suddenly, she stopped. The river. Her eyes widened. She had walked all the way to the river without even realizing it. The moonlight danced beautifully across the water. Everything looked strangely peaceful. Too peaceful. Amara's heart pounded hard. She should run. She knew she should, but her feet refused to move. Then she heard crying. A woman crying softly. Amara looked around quickly. Who is there? No answer. Only the river moving slowly. Then the crying came again, from inside the water. Her entire body went cold. She stepped backward, and that was when she saw it. A face inside the river. Amara gasped. The face looked exactly like hers. Same eyes, same lips, same mark near the chin. But this one was different. Its skin looked too smooth. Its eyes glowed faintly blue beneath the water. Long silver hair floated around its face. And slowly, the creature smiled. Amara's blood froze completely. She stumbled backward in horror. No. The thing inside the river kept staring at her. Then it spoke. You finally came back. Amara screamed. She turned to run, but her legs slipped instantly on the wet ground. Before she could stand up, something grabbed her ankle from inside the water. Her scream shattered through the night. The icy grip tightened around her leg. Amara looked down trembling, and then she saw a beautiful hand covered in shimmering scales. Then slowly, a woman rose from the river, half human, half fish, long silver hair, blue glowing eyes, and Amara's face, exactly her face. Tears rolled down the mermaid's cheeks as she stared at Amara. She muttered, I searched for you for 16 years. Amara shook violently. Who are you? The mermaid's lips trembled. Then she whispered softly, I am your twin sister.